Sorry guys, my storage space was full. But I still remember the way his breath smelled, the way he felt on top of me, like he felt he was crushing me, felt like he was crushing me. I couldn't move whatsoever still. I was like in a coma pretty much with my body. It would not move. I couldn't do anything. I thought I was gonna die because I could not breathe. He was on top of me and he was bigger than I was, a lot bigger, and I just remember I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And wow. I just started talking. I guess getting this out publicly helped me to come out. Wow. That's really exciting. Came at a very weird moment, but doesn't. Yeah, okay. I get it. So this is Lisa now. I remember he whispered in my ear, "I told you I'd have you one day." And he did tell me that at his house a previous occasion where we had gotten together. And he was not kidding. I thought he was. I'll never tell anybody who it was. That'll never, my husband doesn't know. And I will never tell anybody because I just, in that situation, I can't. You don't know the situation. I can't tell anybody who that was. I do know who it was, but I can't tell anyone. I remember he told me that he finished, he got up off me, tried to pull my pants up some, but you know, my body wasn't cooperating. I remember when Billy came in, my pants were unbuttoned and like hanging off kind of when I tried to stand up, and he asked me why they were like that, and I told him I didn't know, and we didn't really think anything else about it. But he came back and finally got me to the car, and then I came straight home and crashed. Like crashed hard. I think we had to stop at a stop sign on the way home, and I threw up everywhere. And I don't know if that was because I was that messed up, or if it was because of what just happened and I was trying to process it in some way. I don't know. But I got out of the situation. I don't ever see the guy anymore. I don't have to. I don't see him anymore. And so that's a plus for me. That was a lot. That was a lot in one video. Very short video that felt like a long time. There's also another part of that time in my life that I want to go over. And this is Allie again, by the way. My eyes. There's a part of the story that I want to go over that has to do with my time as well, and it was around the time that happened. So I was already in a very dark spot. That was right before I started seeing Dr. K. Right before, that was one of the things that I guess pushed me over the edge to go see somebody. Because like I said, I had been doing other things that I didn't understand why I was doing them. I didn't know. But I found out why, and he explained so much to me in that 1 hour session, the first 1 hour session. He explained more to me. I understood more why I did the things that I did. Like, it all came together, and it was like a breath of fresh air. Okay, I'll get you something to drink in just a second, okay? Go see if you can find your cup. Please.
What you need to
Jackson, I'll pour you some if you go find your cup.
Please.
Go find your cup. Jackson, go find your cup, please. I'm sorry. Oh, he's got my brain frazzled. I don't even remember what I was saying now. I totally lost my train of thought. He did it. He made me lose it. He has made me lose it, seriously. Like, literally, he made me lose it. I know I was talking about Allie. And I was talking about things that she had done. There's a lot of things that Allie did that she's not proud of, but Allie did those things to protect everybody up under her, all the littles. Hold on. She did that to protect everybody that was smaller than her, everybody that was younger than her. I'm so sorry I'm having to do this, you guys. He usually leaves me alone long enough to do this, but give me a second. There. Okay. So anyway, Allie was around a lot during that time. Jessica was not around, hardly at all. And Allie did what had been drilled in her head to do. And if she were in the situation to where there was a man that came onto her, if she was caught in a situation to where, you know, she was alone with a guy, or, you know, nobody was around, it was just the two of them, and he made advances, or he did more than that, she didn't stop it. She didn't stop it because she wasn't supposed to stop it. She was supposed to just let it happen and act like she enjoyed it, and that was pretty much it. Like, that's what she was trained to do. So there was a lot of jobs I had to quit because after I started seeing Dr. K, like right after I started seeing him, I quit my job. It seems like every job I've tried to work at, knows that I have DID, like I was talking about the big V on your forehead, like you're a victim. Guys can sense, creeps can sense that, and for some reason I was drawn, I guess, to creeps. I had creeps apply here written across my forehead as well, because all my bosses were that way, just about. There were a few that were not, but most of them I had to quit my job because of the sexual harassment that I was too afraid to say anything about. I would never have told anybody, because that's not what you're trained to do. That's not what you're told to do. You don't tell. That is one thing you don't do. There was a job working for a doctor that I had to quit because the last day I worked there, he stuck his tongue down my throat while we were leaving, walking out the back door. I never went back. I worked for a car dealership and was leaving one night, and the general sales manager, the car manager, did the same exact thing. He met me around a corner. All the salesmen had left, and I was trying to get everybody clocked out, and he came around a corner and waited for me, and stuck his tongue down my throat just like the other guy had done, and I never went back. I quit that night. I decided not to go back. That was after I started seeing him and started getting, things kind of under control. But before that, I was not as, what's the word I'm looking for? I was not as lucky before then, because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know about my alters. I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. My husband was so confused, and we were both just, ready to call it quits, because we thought that I was just a bad person that did bad things all the time, and it wasn't because I was a bad person, because I'm not a bad person, and the fact that I can say that is really important to me. I'm not a bad person. I had bad things happen to me. Jackson, please go in yonder. Say hey.
Hey.
Okay, now go in yonder. Take your toys.
No.
Yes, please. Well, be quiet. Be quiet. See, he did it again. He made me lose it. And I don't even know where I was at. There was a guy that I worked for about 9 years, and Allie had an affair with him for those 9 years, because he started coming on to her as soon as he came to work there, and he was engaged, and he got married after asking me to leave my husband, and he was going to call the wedding off, and of course I wasn't going to leave my safety. He was my safety, and I would never leave him. Look, just let me worry about this in a minute, okay? You're on my last nerve today. There it is. Go ahead, take it. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Take it.
Oh, man.
Take it, Jackson.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, man. I can't close.
It's already closed. It's closed.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Gracious. 4-year-olds. And I thought it was gonna be better than 3s. No. Anyway, The guy did get married and continued to have an affair with me. He got into some trouble and was sent away for a little bit. He went on vacation and got into some trouble from some old stuff. Anyway, he wasn't there. They sent a replacement for him, and he was also a creep. So, of course, you know, I just keep getting these creeps, and he fills in for him, and of course, the same thing happens with him. I don't want to go over everything. I do want to go over everything, but I want to get my husband's consent first, because this does deal with him as well. You know, he has feelings just like I do, and I would never do anything to hurt his feelings intentionally. So, there was another guy that worked for the same company. Imagine that. He was just higher up. He used to come down and for a certain thing every one time, twice a year he would come down from Greenville, and he was married at the time, and he would always like come in the back room or whatever and play with my boobs, or you know, that's pretty much as far as it went then. Then back in 2009 was when the rape occurred. I was also seeing him at the same time. It was right before our relationship ended, because it ended in December. And it was just, I wanted to be with men that I felt like I had to be with a man that was a creep, I guess. Somebody that would downgrade me and, you know, use me. And I knew that, and that's what I had to have, because that's what was programmed into my head. That was what I was supposed to have. That was what I was not supposed to have a wonderful, loving support. If it was not for God, I would not have him. That man has stuck with me through everything, and God bless, I love him with all my heart. I would not trade him for anything. Anybody else in this world would be gone right now. If that man did not love me, he would not be here. But he knows, he's done his research, he knows about my condition, so he understands. Like I said, lately things have been great, because I've been getting so much better, which is great. But there's still a lot of things in my past, Allie's past, that happened, even in Abby's past, you know, that they're not, you know, proud of. They did things that they know now that they didn't have to do, but then they thought they had to in order to survive. It was a survival tactic. That's what D.I.D is. It keeps you alive, basically. And I will be sharing more with you guys as I get to talk to my husband about it. And until then, I guess I will see you guys later. Bye.